Hi, I just had my very first root cause therapy session. Now, I have had similar before, and you may have heard about timeline therapy. Well, it's based on that concept, but there are some other additions to the process to help you uncover your limiting beliefs, and understand, what's going on, how your past traumas may have affected you, and you may not even realize some of the limiting beliefs like, oh, that's interesting. Um, yeah, and we just don't know what is going on underneath it all. So that is what is so fantastic about root cause therapy. And this session for a first one was fantastic. It was, yeah, it's a great process, um, and helps you understand yourself. And yeah, there were some surprising things in there, like I said. But when it came to the actual timeline therapy, although I'll share some of my limiting beliefs that I had. The two that we worked on was life is hard and I need to struggle. I'm trying to remember what else that was there. Um, but anyway, those are the two that I worked on. So I'll just share those. 'Cause- and so we first worked on Life is Hard, and we went back to me at 8 months in the womb. So you don't have to relive the event. It's just at that time, you just express what you're feeling. For me, I'm in the womb. All I could feel was this, like, an anxiety, like this sort of feeling, this tightness of chest and trying gasping for air. Yeah. So it most likely would have been something to do with my mother, and what she was experiencing at the time. So, and then of course I've felt it within. And so we went back to that time. I felt the feelings and intensified them, and then I let them process. And it was big. It was a huge release, and it was all over, like my whole body felt it. And there was some tears as well, big, big breaths. And yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. And I'm experienced at this. So, but I appreciated it and I felt safe in my body. And Alison, who is the practitioner, was really good at what she's doing. And yeah, it was wonderful. So that was you also tap into um, your unconscious self afterwards. You tap into what was the message in that. And for that, it's not mine to carry. It's not mine to carry. So, if you're carrying all this stuff, of course life is hard, but it's not mine to carry. So release it. Um, then that was the main message that came through it. There was a few other things that came up as well. And then we came back through the timeline to the present time, and my system felt that it could take on another limiting belief, which was I need to struggle. And that related to my 5-year-old self. She's such a sweet little girl. Oh, I love going back to my inner child and to my little self and holding her. And yeah, it's beautiful. And reassuring her, because I remember what life was like for her. And she was just the sweetest little thing. Um, she just wanted love. She was very shy, very scared of the world, understandably, if you knew my childhood. Yeah, so, and I was in my school uniform and there were some other kids there, but at this time I dissociated. And I haven't experienced this in timeline therapy before. So yeah, I dissociated. So I wasn't checking in, but I had to um, let that go, let that metabolize through my system. So I checked out. I did like, whew, because I'm sitting there relaxed, sitting back in my little meditation space, processing this, and I could feel myself tapping out. I'm big, well, I'm not anymore, but I was dissociating freeze state was my go-to when it came to, yeah, nervous system responses. So that is what I had done. And the message that came for that was so beautiful. It was um, to follow my own path, to follow my heart, to follow my own path. And because there is no struggle there, there is no struggle. How is there struggle when you follow your own path? Because there's nothing beforehand predetermined. Like, sure, there's going to be work, and it doesn't have to be hard work. So they're linked, they're beautifully linked. But yeah, there's work and to be done. And I know my purpose, and it is to share all of this, to keep learning more and share more and help others with their traumas. And that will help the collective. And how can that not make the world a better place for everybody? Because I firmly believe if we all deal with our trauma, um, that will collectively help with the trauma of all of us and make the world a better place. And yeah, so that was really beautiful. And I think that applies to everybody. Follow your heart, follow your own path. There is no struggle there when it's your own path, it's there. So I really love that one. But yeah, so two very different responses. You had one that was um, very somatic, very much in the body, a lot of strong emotions. And then the other side of that was dissociating, totally checking out, and just letting the two different experiences metabolize within the body. And whew, we'll see how I feel in a few days, maybe a week or so, who knows? But yeah, it was fantastic, a great experience, and I'm looking forward to ooh, practicing and being able to help others experience this as well. Yeah. So if you're curious about anything, um, if you have any questions, please reach out. And I'm very keen to share. This is my passion now. This is learning about trauma and teaching others about it because it's so liberating when you realize and when you can free yourself. It's incredible. So I want to share that with all of you. And yeah, just reach out. I also I'm working on the Healed Woman course. I have the Healed Women community as well that I need to start working within. Um, Maybe I'll share that there within the community. But yeah, it makes me feel very excited for the future. Um, mm, it does. And it's not that I'm not positive and haven't been positive, but to free myself of all of this trauma that's been held in my body. How incredible is that? Because the first 50 years were something else. I've experienced a lot of different types of traumas and also things like disability and chronic illness and yeah, PTSD, CPTSD, all the nervous system stuff. You know, I've got fibromyalgia, but this is going to be the last piece of the puzzle. This just makes me feel very excited for the future. And I want this for you too. So I might actually go and do a live. Anyway, if you're interested, please reach out.